This is a Tumble-Vibe 5. It's called a Tumble-Vibe 5 because it vibratory tumbles 5 pounds. So when you buy these, this is my favorite way to tumble jewelry because it does it really fast and it does it very well. There are barrel tumblers which are a little bit cheaper, but they don't really do a good job because nothing's really moving in there. The barrel's turning, but the shot that's in the bottom is just moving slightly because there's no way to pick it up and bring it down. The barrels are really designed for tumbling rocks. This is also a rock tumbler that we're going to be using for metal. When you buy one of these, it's going to come with 2 washers. And one washer, I'm not going to screw it all the way down, but it's going to be right here. And it's going to fit inside of here, down inside. And then this is going to come through the top. And this one screws all the way down to here. I don't like these and I don't use them. And the reason is because they have brass inside. And over time, they can rust onto your post and then you can't get your bowl off. And you need to be able to get the bowl off so that you can clean your shot and get your pieces out. You could actually take a hacksaw and cut this off. It doesn't need to be this long. What I do, because I like to go fast, as I've said many times, time is money in jewelry making. Just buy a stack of rubber washers. This is a big plastic one, which you want a big one at the bottom. It can be metal or it can be plastic. Whatever you can find will work. Then you put you could even super glue these together so they're just one piece instead of a bunch of little ones. Put them on there and get a wing nut that fits this. And then just you can get in and out really fast. Okay, if I stood here for a minute and put this all the way on and took it all the way off, you guys would be really bored. I would be really bored too. Didn't take long to figure that out. Also, I did rust mine onto my post. And I ended up having to get under here and hacksawing this piece off and figuring out how to get it from the underneath and then going to the hardware store and buying another one and figuring out how to get it back on. So I don't, if this was plastic in there, might be a different story, but it isn't. Okay, so now you have your bowl and your top, and inside you have stainless steel shot. The shot comes in bags of pins like this, whoops, like that. And then there's bags of mixed shot, which is different shapes. You need 4 pounds of different shapes and 1 pound of pins to make 5 pounds. You're going to pour in hot water, but don't make a mess. And the hot water is about 1/4 of an inch higher than the steel shot. You can just come and look or take my word for it. And then you have burnishing compound. This comes from the Naja Tool and Supply next door. If you get on YouTube and they say you can use something else, please ignore that, because this is a special compound specifically designed to keep the steel from hurting your metal. Okay? It makes a kind of a slimy viscousness, and the shot does this inside the tumbler. But without that viscousness in between, you can actually ding your metal. So I don't recommend using anything but this. This is designed for this. Anytime you have something that's designed for something, use that. They did the R&D already. And what you need to do is you have a little plastic spoon, and you can get half a spoonful, okay, and you just put it in the top. This lasts a long time, by the way. And then you're going to take your pieces, and for bracelets like this, you're going to put it straight in and push it to the bottom. One thing you don't want is you don't want the when this is turned on, it's vibrating, and all the shot is doing this. So your pieces are like swimming in there, which is really cool because it gets all the parts. But what happens is, if you don't put it in right, like if you put it in this way, the action would push it against the wall, and you wouldn't get any polish on this side. Nothing on this side would get any action. So what I do is I put it in like this, and I turn it upside down. So I just put it in so that the back side is facing up. This is really good for castings, for rings, things that aren't big. They shouldn't be too much, you know, maybe, 50-cent piece wide, because this is tapered, so it's a little bit skinnier in the bottom. And you just can't throw big chunky stuff in here. It has to be more manageable. So then you're just going to take it like this, turn it upside down in the bottom, push it down. You can put 4 of this type of bracelet in here, and I would tumble them for 3 hours. And it's going to polish really beautifully. It's going to polish all of the nooks and crannies, and then what we'll do after that is we'll just go over it briefly with bristle discs, and then we'll be done. Then you will put the lid on, stack all these on there, get your wing nut. This is not a professional video, by the way. Okay, nice and tight. When you plug it in, it should sound like this. Kind of pretty, it's not horrible, right? It's not too obnoxious, all right? If you don't have the lid on right, this is what it sounds like. And this is, a lot of people complain about these being really noisy because they don't have the lids on right. That's why I'm mentioning it. You don't want to set these on carpet. Not even this kind of carpet. The industrial carpet. They need to get air in here, and air in here, and air in here. If you put this on carpet, it will last you about a year. You'll burn it up. Otherwise, I've never seen them burn up. I have one that I bought used, and it was so horrible I didn't even know if it was going to work. It had been used already a long time. It works great still, and that was about 15 years ago. So I have 2 of these. I really like them. I put everything in here. PMC can go in here. All your metal can go in here. Ear wires can get hardened in here. Things can get polished. The thing about these is, this is not a polisher where it takes off scratches or smudges or solder blobs or anything like that. You have to take all that off, and then it does the final bit. And then all you're going to do when you pull it out is you're going to take your blue and peach bristle discs and just do the back of your bracelets, you know, or inside your rings or whatever you'd have in here. It's going to leave a little bit of a stainless steel sheen, which is a darker gray color. And you want that bright silver color. So you might get it out and look at it and go, wow, that's really shiny. You don't have to do anything. Just pop the stone in. You should do something because you're going to see it's a little bit brighter. It's going to be a more lighter silver than the darker shot color. And you won't know that if nobody tells you. So that's what I recommend. And don't put it up on top of a table. Have it on the floor because the vibration, sometimes it'll walk. So I would put it somewhere where you can corner it. Just put a big something in front of it or next to it or something like that. You can put it in a tray, that's fine. I usually put mine in my bathroom, and in the school here we put it in the bathroom when we're running them on the linoleum floors, and they're perfectly fine. The way you clean these is when you buy this, you need to clean your shot 3 times. And the way you clean your shot is you do just what I just did. You put a quarter amount of hot water, half a spoonful of the burnishing compound, and then you run it for an hour. Then you get the bowl off, you pour out the soapy mixture, you rinse out the shot, fill it up again with another 1/4 inch of hot water, half a spoon of burnishing compound, run it another hour, and you do that 3 times. And you need to do that when you get, this shot doesn't come perfectly clean. And you can use this about 3, maybe 4 times before you need to clean your shot, and that's how you clean it. Fill it up, burnishing compound, times an hour, rinse it out, fill it up, times an hour, 3 times. And we have it cleaned in the school every time we use it, because we put a lot of pieces in there, and we just want it clean every time, because then we don't have any problems. But it's great for hardening PMC. You can put castings in here. You can put weird things in here that are hard to polish because you can't get to some parts of it. That'd be awesome to have a tumbler like this for that.